eat something. I can open the package, that would be great. So let's see, I don't even know what date it is, Friday. Yesterday I left Fairplay and got a shuttle and they dropped me off at the trailhead, Kenosha Pass, and I was feeling pretty good yesterday when I woke up, and excuse me, I'm a little hoarse. And my pack was feeling a little bit heavy, but I think overall I was feeling pretty good. And the first section of trail, I would say maybe the first, 6-ish miles was probably 5 or 6 miles was probably mostly level. So a little bit downhill, but pretty easy, I think, for the most part. So I was feeling pretty decent until I got to the base of the pass, where you started kind of going up, and I got some water there, and I don't know how long I hiked. I think I made it to maybe mile 6 by about 12:30, and just the grade wasn't even hard. It was a pretty easy uphill climb, actually, but I just hit a wall again, and just so fatigued. It felt like, it kind of feels like what you feel like when actually what it kind of felt like was like I was trying to push a freight train up a hill. It was so hard taking a step, and I just could not figure out. I was over 10,000 feet. I'd taken my altitude meds, the day before I started the climb, like I was told to do, and there's a whole weed here, and taken one that morning, and still the fatigue was just debilitating. And one of the things I was thinking was, like, maybe I wasn't eating enough. I have a tendency to lose my appetite. I think I've been talking about that when I'm hiking, and so I was very deliberate. I ate like 4 hard-boiled eggs that morning. I ate an avocado. I ate a Pro Bar. I had some fruit, and I had some juice. I ate plenty. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm tired, so maybe I'll stop. I'll take a good long break. I took maybe like a 45-minute hour break and ate lunch. I had like 4 tortillas with tuna salad and chicken salad in them. Ate a half a Pro Bar, and started walking again, and just I think maybe I got about like almost 2 miles, and just was like, I can't, like, I'm exhausted. So that was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Pitched my tent, and I blew up my sleeping pad and laid down, and just like out cold in like seconds, and slept like really hard for about an hour and a half, until some random dude's dog ran up to my tent, started barking at me, which woke me up, which was probably good, because I don't know when I would have gotten up at that point. But anyway, it was a very frustrating day. I think I only hiked about 8 miles yesterday, and I was probably not going to do a huge day yesterday, just because I was going to camp right before the pass, and then plan on going over the pass, and then dropping down, and then camping again, just so I didn't get caught, too high up. But that was when I think I first started thinking, like, maybe I need to rethink this. Maybe I need to get off trail. Maybe I just, like, something is happening. and I can't seem to figure out how to fix it. I had a full day's rest, and there was no thing I could point to figure out why that was happening. I got a really bad headache when I was sitting down at lunch, which was the first time I've had a headache since I've started. And then I started getting a little bit lightheaded. So that was ultimately, that and the fatigue, I think, is why I stopped yesterday. But then when I was sleeping that night, last night, I was going to sleep, and I woke up like really disoriented. I could not figure out where I was, like what was happening. I mean, it's happened a couple of times, maybe when I've been at home, when I've been really tired and I've I've awakened and been like, oh my God, where am I? But like it's like a millisecond, and then I'm like, oh, I'm at home, I'm in my bed. But like when I woke up in my tent, I was like, oh my God, like where am I? And that lasted for several seconds, and it happened a couple of times, and I was like, holy crap, like what's happening? And that was a little alarming. And I think that combined with the headache and the fatigue and everything, I decided, all right, I'm going to take my Dex pills, and I probably should call this off until I figure out like what is happening. So that's what I slept on it. I was always told never to make a decision about quitting until like on a bad day. So I slept on it and slept really good last night, and woke up this morning, felt pretty good, and had a conversation with my boyfriend, Charlie, and ultimately decided that I needed to get off trail. Cried a little bit to him, and cried a little bit to my mom, and just packed up my stuff and stood on the trail looking uphill for probably 15 minutes before I eventually forced myself to go downhill. And I've been hiking. I don't even know what mile this is. I think I'm pretty close to the trailhead at this point. Probably been hiking maybe 5 or 6 miles, and I'm starting to kind of feel that wall hitting again. And I mean, I'm probably over 10,000 feet right now. So, I mean, I'm still pretty, I don't know, reasonably high. I just have never had a problem hiking with altitude. So it's a little frustrating and confusing, but I also think what happened when I got altitude sickness earlier was that I started feeling anxious about having to stop sooner than I wanted to, and ideally I was thinking about 2.5 days to get to Breck, which I think was reasonable without doing like huge days. But my fear, I think when I was packing up my food bag, was, what if I hit a wall again and I can't go, and then I'm low on food and I don't have food, and I can't get out. Like, it takes me longer than like the amount of food that I have in my pack to get out to like reasonably sustain me. And so then I started having like this anxiety about not having enough food with me. So I think I overpacked on food, kind of as a way to combat some of that anxiety, because my food bag was pretty heavy. There are flies everywhere here. Anyway, all of that said, I am heading to the Kenosha Pass trailhead to meet my boyfriend, and I'm pretty disappointed, obviously, and wish I could have at least gone further, but I just didn't really feel like, given everything that's gone on, it was really the right or the safe thing to do. So yeah, thank you for following me and for cheering me on, everybody knows who you are, and particularly to my mom and my boyfriend in the last, I don't know, week and a half or so, has been instrumental in kind of keeping me going. So yeah, thanks for watching.